What's going on, world? First time going live in this thing. What's going on, people? So, ain't nobody in here, but you know what I mean? Story time, real life shit, you know what I mean? I'm going to say this just to say the whole basis of what I'm about to say, the whole premise of what I'm finna say, basically, is you gotta start listening to God, so you know what I'm saying? You got to. You got to. For real. For real. For real. You know what I mean? You got to, man. You got to. You got to. Ain't no other choice in the matter. No. It's story time, real life drum. You feel me? Real life drum, man. Right? You tell your story. Right? But the names of the people have been changed to protect the innocent. You feel me? Come on, man. I need somebody to come on in and live, man. 2 minutes ain't nobody thing, man. You know what I mean? So look, I'm gonna tell it because it'll be up on my page, right? I was dealing. Well, first of all, yeah, okay. You know, people have what's going on, brother? We all have an innate spirit, right? We all got something inside of us that would tell us, right, what's going on. Now, I'm finna tell a story. This real life now. And when I tell you the story, what going on, cuz? What going on, everybody? Don't come in with no crazy stuff now, cuz. I'm finna tell you a story. And the foundation of the story, though. Right? Listen to God in your first mind. I got a son. I ain't gonna say his name, right? So I was dealing with his mama. Now, the first red flag was I met her on the internet, right? This is a long time ago. I don't even fool them websites no more, but I met on the internet, right? Appreciate the sub, my boy. Okay. So, you know how I go, you know, I was leaving it. I was a dog, man. I ain't finna see him. I was a dog. I I left one chick and moved in with this chick, right? So I'm, you know, everything going good. You know, we kicking it, you know, we doing our thing. And my son come in the picture. You feel me? So the whole time we kicking it, you know what I'm saying? I just got this deep down something inside of me just saying, bro, she ain't what she say she is. So, you know, I'm just really just like trying to resist the unction to listen to my inner self, right? So, you know, time go on, you know, you see how people move, and you know, long story short, bro. I left for tape. Now, when you gotta do stuff like this, you don't need to be with the person, right? I left a tape recorder in the house here. Got on my detective because when God irk your spirit, bro, and he keep telling you something, eventually you gonna, you know, it coming to you in the spiritual, right? So you be like, man, I might be just paranoid tripping. Nah, bro. You better listen to that little quiet voice. I'm telling you. You better listen, boy. I'm telling you, you better listen to that little quiet voice in you, boy. I had 28 and then dropped down to 3 people. Anyway, I'm gonna tell this story. So, after, leaving the record in the house, hearing what I was hearing, crushed my soul, bro. Like, what I was hearing on them recording, but I still got that recorder too. Like, what I was hearing on that recorder, but what made any man, any emotionally weak and mentally weak man snap and just go off, right? So, after I heard the recording, I'm like, damn, Shawty really got, you know what I'm saying? She doing it like that while I'm at work every day. So at the time, I ain't finna lie, I was a homeless sexual. I ain't had nowhere to go. So when you ain't got no other option, you got, you know what I mean? I had to stay where I was at. Plus my son with him. So time go on, man, and things, some days are good, some days are bad. You feel me? So, but I had a child, get, my other son got shot in Birmingham, right? Hold on for a minute. Somebody just text me. Hold on, y'all give me a minute. My bad. I know they're kind of rude. Hold on. I'm gonna get back to the story. Hold on. Come on, bro. What you doing? Hold on, people. I'm sorry. Somebody just tell me I gotta reply to these people. Come on, man. It won't let me. Come on, cuz. All right, come on, man. If I lose my train of thought. There you go. Boom. Okay. All right. So time go on. I got a son that got shot in Birmingham by the grace of God. That's a whole different story. That situation let me know God real too. Now it dropped back down to 3. All good. I appreciate y'all hanging in there with me. So I go to Birmingham the first time. I caught the mega bus. Came back, the spirit still off a little bit. The house, everything like something off. I just can't put my finger on, but something off. So I go to Birmingham again, but this time I drove my truck to go check on my son. Like I said, my son had got shot by the grace of God. He still lived. He lived through it. So while I'm in Birmingham, I had told my baby mama back in Georgia, I'm gonna come back Friday. So while I'm sitting over there, no lie, hand to God, um, I came back Thursday. Came back a day early, right? Because I'm sitting in Birmingham, and the spirit came and said, "Nah, go back, go back a day early." Now I'm down to 2. It's all good. So I went back early. Man, I came to the house, man. Now, but before that, chick had done changed the lock. It's a whole nigga in the house. I'm gonna double back a little bit. It was a whole nigga in the house. Now keep in mind, I just went to Birmingham to check on my son that got shot. They bro done changed the locks and everything, bro. Diabolical, right? So back, fast forward back now, I just came back from Birmingham, drove my truck. So the whole time I'm driving back from Birmingham, God still talking to me. Like, yeah, you want to see, just go home back early. So I'm going back. So when I get back to Georgia, I stop by a homeboy house of mine. You feel me? And I stayed at that cat house about 2-3 hours. Cause I don't really want to know, but I want to know. So I told my boy, so I'm gonna holler at my boy. And then even after I left the house, I stopped and got an oil change. Cause you know what I mean? So through all that, God said, okay, go sit up at the library, which right across the street from her job, so I can see her job. So I'm sitting up in the library watching the job. And lo and behold, I had just called the job, make sure she was out. So they put on the phone. She's like, yeah, man, work, woo, 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 woo. So I'm sitting up at the library, I watch the street, and boom, lo and behold, there go her car. Now keep in mind, the first time I found the dude in the house, I let the dude walk past me, bro. A little bit of dude. I say, hey, man, let me say it like this here, bro. I don't care what you and her got going on. Just don't do it in the house around my son. Go get a hotel or something, right? Gave the brother a pass. Appreciate you coming in, brother. Welcome. So, man, I see that car go by, man, pull up at that job. I boom, right across the street down the hill to the job. So, I pull up to the job, I get out the truck, but she come out the job, they lock the door behind her, and I see the little dude in there, right? I see the little dude in there. They all the same white boys on the job with my baby mom, they smiling in my face, kiki ha ha, cause they even they know my son and everything, cause he, I bring him down there, pick up mama with him. So I blacked out. I ain't even see her. I'm on the nigga behind the glass. Now keep in mind my pistol was on my hip. So I get back in the truck. God say, that's who she wants you to see. Don't worry about him. That ain't the one you need to worry about. So I'm like, huh? Long story short, on the record I was talking about earlier, I left the record in the house. Different little place. Very strong record. I hear the door open, I hear people walking, I hear people talking, and I heard most of all the headboard hitting the wall. So I gave Bud a pass again. But when I went and retrieved my recorder, you wouldn't believe who I heard on the recorder. My own flesh and blood. My own brother was in there smashing on my baby mama. Right? So that when I got there, I was hurt, but at the same time, my eyes was open. Because remember, I caught the dude in the house the first time with the locks changed. Gave him a pass. Let the nigga walk by me. Matter of fact, he jumped in the car with her and she took him somewhere. When she came back, I ain't say nothing to her. I ain't look at her. I just picked up my son. I stayed down there as long as I did for my baby, right? But some people say, you can't stay for no child. Which is true. Children don't make a relationship. The kids pick up on energy. So when I found out it was my own flesh and blood, I was hurt. But at the same time, I realized one thing. God real. Because he told me, don't worry about the little dude you saw. That's who she wants you to see. See, I was supposed to spaz out on the little dude and go off on him and assault him and play myself out the street. So when I found out, my brother, I couldn't hold water. I went to her like, man, what you got going on while I'm at work? Woo, 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 blah, blah. Even played the recorder for her and say, who is this? That ain't me. I'm at work. Matter of fact, I played a part on the where I called from work just to hear her answer the phone on the record so I can gauge the time. So now I don't know what happened in Iran. I'm telling the story, bro. Don't interrupt me, please. Let me finish the story. Grown men don't beg for attention. Children do that. But anyway, so going back and forth, of course, she not gonna admit to it. So when I confronted about it, it was just like, oh, you crazy, you need help, blah, blah. That's the first thing people gonna do when you find out something you not supposed to know. And they wondering how you know if you ain't seen it with your eyes. That God, that's the spirit of discernment. That's the spirit of truth. It gonna lead you and guide you in all things. So when I found that out, bro, I was like, damn, bro, it messed up. And then the thing about it is, when I asked my brother, no, when I told my brother, I said, yeah, man, somebody coming in the house, bro, while I'm at work. I got him on tape. See the red flag that hit my spirit. My brother didn't say, damn, bro, that messed up. Damn, call that. She fucked up for that. That's what my brother said. How you do that? Right there and there. I was like, yep, it's true. So that's just one time, right? So I ended up, moving back to Atlanta because I was down there in Covington. Came back to Atlanta trying to get my stuff together. Boom, 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 XYZ. You know what I'm saying? Man, another chick online. Charlie went to high school with me too, but she was younger than me, right? So we kicking it, you know what I'm saying? I always wondered, because when we first started kicking, I would coming over 2-3 days, then I leave, be gone, then come back 2-3 more days, leave, be gone. She ain't saying that, and I ain't saying that. That was a red flag. She ain't saying, where you going when you leave here? You come over. So I was going with. So me and her kicking. Pretty light skinned little thing. Really not my type of woman. Tattoos everywhere, all like that there. But the power of God so real, bro. I'm in that situation, right? I might say stuff like, man, I hope he ain't messing around in their house while I'm at work, because you know what I've been through. I had told about the situation with my brother. Again, you gotta listen to people, man. You gotta listen. You gotta listen to. You gotta listen. She didn't say, "No, baby, I want to do nothing like that." She said to me, looked me in my eyes and say, "What make you say that? Why you say that? Neither confirming nor denying it." So again, here I got that same old little feeling in my bones. I was doing the same thing I just left, bringing niggas in the house, smashing while I'm at work, right? So again, I do the old detective work. Get me an old little recorder in the house, recording with the phone or whatever like that there. I hear stuff, but at the same time, she know my tactic because I told her how I caught my brother. So when I leave work and I come back check my recording, I know that the TV up loud, louder than it was when I left. If you know I got a recorder in there, get what you gonna do? You're gonna try to drown it out with the TV, right? Man, long story short, bro. Right? I had a phone, using her phone because I was working at Walmart. I was using the phone to clock in at Walmart. But that phone would connect to her other phone. Apps and everything. Lyft apps, Uber Eat apps, all that. So one day, some came in my spirit and said, look at that Lyft and Uber app. And I looked at it. And man, when I started comparing the Uber and Lyft, because you know, most women, if they hoes, if they promiscuous, women will mark in their calendar, on their calendar, who they slept with in the day. Just in case they get pregnant, they can say it was you because you on my calendar. You know what I'm saying? So on this same phone, I look at the calendar and I start noticing. Hold on, I see when she marking when we have sex, like it might be we times two, times three in a day, or times one, or whatever like that. So I'm like, why she keeping up with when we having sex? You know, like what's the paper trail about? So then I started seeing all these dates. I got the pay. I got the receipt now. I got the paper. Still got the paper with the dates and the addresses and all that. So I ain't say now. I just said, dang man, I'm going through this again, bro. Like, damn, what? It must be all my karma from when I was dogging chicks and playing bras, and you know, I did it myself. I ain't gonna lie. It was the time I messed with a couple chicks when they were gone. You know what I'm saying? I slide a little chick in the house through the front door when it was time to go out the neighbor home. She going out the side window or something, you know what I mean? But that's the way karma works. You reap what you sow. So, man, I looked on that Lyft and Uber out. One day I saw somebody get picked up from the house. But keep in mind, I live there. I remember that day. And but three people in the house. That was the funny thing about it. It was three people in the house, me, her, and her oldest son. And I always question, why don't her other two kids live with her? Her youngest son moved back home only after I asked that question, like, why don't your kids stay here with you? Why are they over there with your parents? You know what I'm saying? For school, I understand for school, but they can come home every day. You know what I mean? And I'm like, you got a daughter too, like, you know what I mean? Your daughter, you know what I mean? Your daughter need to be here with you. You know what I mean? So as time went on, I looked at that paper, man. 2945 Gus Place. If you don't know what 2545 Gus Place is, that's the hotel on Kendall Road up there behind Chit Chat. So looking at the Uber and Lyft, I'm like, damn, somebody got picked up from the house before I went to work. And then somebody got picked up from the house after I go to work. So I'm like, damn, I'm bringing three people in the house. You know what I'm saying? Me, her, and her son. Like, what's going on? Like, But it hit me. Oh, they was in here fucking. And then when I mentioned to her, I got a camera in here. I said, I got a camera in the house. Now, more women be like, got a camera here, baby. I'm like, yeah, because, I be at work late, More women be like, oh, okay, baby. Shawty told me. Shawty said, no, where is that? Right then, I was like, oh, man. That's a little backtracking right there. Told her I had a camera in there. Now, she ain't say, okay, baby, is it on the door? Or, you know what I mean? Is it, the camera's over there by my stuff. So she was like, no, where is that? Laughing. I said, I got a camera here. No. So when I started coming home and telling her, because the camera was on my phone, when I come home, like, why all these niggas in the house while I'm at work? Why is a nigga standing in the doorway talking to you while I'm at work? She believed me then. It was a camera in the house. So cameras in there for a while. Just, I'm seeing all kind of stuff, but I ain't saying that some days. I ain't saying that, they're not chilling. But then one day, you gotta listen to that little still voice. One day the spirit said, man, unplug the camera just for the day. I said, no. Just my look. She go over there moving something to plug up something, and she saw the plug to the camera. And unplugged and got on me. See what I'm talking about? You got a camera in here, you violating people privacy. What people privacy? I live here too. What are you talking about? Long story short, bro. I asked this lady to take a lie detector because I said, I don't want to sit here and think you smashing on your son. And see, that's the problem with a lot of these women out here. They be so broken and battered and bruised, they'll have a male child, and treat that male like they man. And God confirmed it for me when I started seeing all these YouTube videos online about the one I saw that really stood out to me with that blonde short hair lady. She was on a podcast and dude asked her, what's the wildest thing you did sexually? Right? So she said, oh, I had a three-way with a dude and his mom. Right there, I was like, damn, confirmation. So I showed her the video, like, look at this shit, baby. Look how sick some people is out here. Look at this. So we sat down and watched the video together. Now, while we watching, I'm looking over at her, like, watching her reaction, her body language. Instead of her saying, damn, man, she fucked up, man, that's nasty. First thing she said, why you showing me this? Again, I said, oh, his bitch. So, took some nuptials, like, even after all that, you know what I'm saying? Stupid of me. So, I know that every time we go somewhere out of town, Shawty be arguing, cussing, like, fussing. I'm like, what wrong with this bitch? Like, we in Miami, this bitch fussing. We in Las Vegas, this bitch fussing. You know what I'm saying? When somebody with you, they don't want to be with you, they going to let you know. But you got to pay attention to the sign. So, before I dipped, I said, well, look here. It take a lie detector to you. So you can ask me anything you want to ask me. I ain't got no choice but to be honest. And I said, I do the same. You know what she told me? Nope, I ain't doing all that. Then she said, oh, if I do it, you gonna leave? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna leave because you know and I know what that lie detector gonna show. You in here committing incest. So she denied it. You know, people ain't gonna admit nothing like that. Bottom line is, all right. Because me and that girl had been together almost what, 5, maybe almost 7, 8 years. And she had this same phone number all that time. Niggas still inboxing her, texting her, and I'll be like, why you just don't tell niggas you got a man? Why you leaving them niggas like, you leaving hope? Like, you ain't replying to their message. You can go back and say, oh man, I was tired of it. You know what I mean? So she said, oh, I can't get rid of my phone number. All my bills connected to this number. You know what I mean? I done had that numbers on her. Bruh, soon as I left, dipped on her. When she went out of town, I dipped. Packed up all my stuff and I dipped. No word, no nothing. Packed up and dipped. That's been over a year ago now. This year make a year. So I asked her to take a lot of test. She wouldn't take it. right? She want to take lie detector. So for about 2 years, I slept on the sofa. I slept on the sofa because it was just in my spirit. Like, nah, bro, I done been here before. I feel it, the vibe off, the energy off. I sense it, bro. I don't see it, but I sense it. Sleeping on the sofa for 2 years, bro. If I did smash, if I felt stupid because no sooner we get through doing what we do, so I don't want to turn around and start arguing. I'd be like, damn, why even go out my way to get some whoop de whoop? That's the bottom line to it, bro. Get your relationship with God, because people will look you in your face and lie to you. You feel me? There's two women that I thought was on the up and up. Now I ain't finna say and say, oh, I was just a perfect man. Now I was, you know what I mean? I was doing my thing. You know me and we, till we mature, you know, we gonna have, and we gonna have us a little side something. So I say all that to say, if it's in your spirit and if it's in your heart, and you feel a certain way, you ain't got to go through what I went through, like leaving recorders and cameras and all that. If it come into your spirit, I mean, it's around you. You feel me? Like some people say they walk in the building or room, it's like the energy off, the energy off. You see what I'm saying? So I just say all that to say, man, you can't trust everybody, bro. You got to get know people. You know what I mean? You got to get know folk for real, man. It's sad. It's sad. That's why I tell people, man, how God gonna be right about her, but wrong about the other? God the same today, yesterday. He gonna be the same day in, day out. So that same little vibration God put in my spirit about my son, mama, he put in my spirit about the new lady I'm with. And true, and lo and behold, it was true. Because I don't care who you is. If you're in a relationship, you really want to be with that person. And they say, well, man, put my mind in email, take a lot of tit. If they want to be with you to show that they up and up, okay, come on, let's go do that. I was looking for her to say, well, nigga, when this lot of tit come back that I ain't did, then what you think I did, you owe me, nigga. Another trip or, anything not. Or when we get through with the lie detector, you gonna leave, right? We gonna break up, right? Right there and there, they let me know. The results of that lie detector were gonna be what I already knew and what I already God had put in my spirit. So I say all that to say, man, you better listen to that little still voice in your head, man. You know what I'm saying? On my mom. I could get deeper into details about what all transpired, but I ain't trying to go back down that road, man. Something it's best just to forget and forgive people, because when you forgive them, you know what I'm saying, you doing them a favor. But when you forget, you doing yourself a favor. You feel me? So yeah. Steven Seagal ain't shit.
If you're living with HIV, imagine being good to go without daily HIV pills. Good to go binge watch.